It's another video from the Weiss Schwarz Club. Yeah, I'm Myth. You got Kaichou over here.
Hey guys.
And today we're going to be doing a bit of a VOD review. We're going to be looking at Kaichou's top 8 match for Bushiroad Rumble Online for NA. He made the day 2. If you guys haven't seen his deck profile, there will be a link to that video in the description. But yeah, Kaichou, you want to talk a little bit before we start the replay about this matchup?
Yes, it's about time they uploaded these VODs. It's been a while, but they gotta make sure the no cheaters out there. But yeah, going into the day two, I had some computer troubles. It was kind of tragic. With the Windows update, but on Mac. So I was like, oh, I don't want to be late, and I made it just in time. So I knew who I was playing against the day before. So I was playing Mishoku. In terms of Mishoku, I wasn't too worried. I just know that I just had to play around rest counter, and then since I was playing pair bombs in my deck, the 1/1 Eris's don't get too much value, so I was able to break the board and then get my combo off with the John. So overall, I think the matchup isn't too bad compared to like normal standby decks, since like their cards don't have encore. So if I just kill their cards and they don't trigger standby, it's pretty hard for them to reestablish the board. Man, that was pretty much my thoughts going into day two.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with the video. Just gonna have the audio muted of the casters. That way we can kind of go through this. So you kind of start off here. If, it's been a while since I've watched this because the games took place almost 2 months ago. But I remember you playing the Neptune in the back row and then playing a Weiss PR as your opening swing. This is just to help you out the classic combo that Mishoku tends to do, the good old Rudyard into get the submarine strat.
Yeah, basically, I wanted him to search for the with the Ryujit for the submarine instead of the Eris combo. If he didn't already have it, and so yeah, I didn't want to lose the Neptune because that card is actually pretty good because it's like a good way to kill the Armand Runner. Granted, all the zeros or most of the zeros I play are 35 and bigger, so they can actually kill that anyway. So yeah, you see him play Ryujit here, be opts to search for the 1/1, which is fine. Uh, which either way, if he wants to kill my Weiss and he has Armored Runner, then Armored can't run. So it's like it's not too bad for me.
Yep. And then you and H were kind of the only two Ruby players playing Wukong at the time of this event, and you know that card's also pretty good at beating over the Armin runner, especially if Armin ended up in the middle. But he does choose to bring up the Denali Sports and play it on the side over there. Just get 2 stock.
Yeah, two stocks I can place. His double arrows next turn. It's that why he misses here. Yeah. Um, the Lily doesn't really matter too much against my deck. I guess he can deny the bomb from going to wait him to send the Pyrrha the memory, but it doesn't really matter. And so he just opted to get the free stock. He just gave up his level 0 basically to set up for a better level 1 game with the search from the Ryujerd, which is fine for me. But then Ruby, has like insane level 0 game.
Yep.
So since I saw I get free Wukong reverses, it's just like a free tri lane right here.
And
Especially
then
since Y hits too.
yeah, and then Doggo's like kind of an insane card, so being able to hit the climax set up for the incoming John combo. You did pitch one of your choices here, and I believe you do actually play to slam on this guy. But any thoughts of why you chose not to go for double combo, like kind of a greedier setup?
So my deck compared to Ruby Gun, for those that you don't know about Ruby Gun plays Choice Door. The door is basically empty. So the game plan of that is just to loop combo over again, whereas I play Choice Standby. So I just hope to get one turn of Jean combo until I get to level 2 and I slam the Pyrrha Climax. and set up board that way. So I just set up for 1 turn into Pira.
Okay. But yeah, this is where you slam down your choice, kind of going for damage output, try and get him a little bit faster or higher level 1 than he probably would have anticipated.
Yeah, I mean basically that's just the idea against standby. It also meant I had 3 choices in hand. So you gotta slam sometimes, right?
Yep. A little bit of McDonald's here and there.
Plus the Wukong card's broken.
Yeah, this Wukong, he almost, because if I remember correctly, he only swings with one Eris on this coming turn. Uh,
Yeah, the one errors he searched off. He never saw any of the other errors.
yeah, and then he has to bring out some other some
Yeah,
other
he caught the
coon.
climax here too, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah, so here I'm just gonna take like 1/1/1, maybe 2.
I think he
Uh,
only swings twice this turn if I remember correctly.
yeah, he only swings twice there, which is a little unfortunate.
Because he plays the 1/1 to break Neptune, and I want to say he plays.
He's a brainstormer.
Okay, and then the Brainstormer has to kill Zwei?
Uh,
Or is he just gonna stand by off?
brainstormer ties. Why I think. I think twice 15.
Well,
Or
because
actually,
he.
it is bigger. He wants to kill Wukong actually, because Wukong
Yeah,
gets the value, right?
because
So
he's
yeah,
just gonna use Ghislaine here to get the extra power to make sure he's
yeah.
confirmed. Yep, that's fine. And
This
switching
is
out the
why.
Ruchard here means that he probably doesn't have as many like good stuff
Targets.
cards,
Yeah.
and then he's probably banking on maybe triggering a standby or two to help set up a board. But
Brings me 0. Go ahead, take 1.
yep, which is pretty good for you because any turns where you're not taking too much damage means that you can set up shop on him.
Yeah, get 3 damage. I got a free empty lane for his widest swing, so it's like free plus anyways.
If I don't remember, this is where you bring down the bomb plus 1 plus the John, and then you just call it a day on him.
Yeah, basically. John himself can clear the eras, uh, or force the counter at least if you have like enough copies. So it was fine. Like they're just this, this Ruby deck is just like kind of made to counter Mushoku because Mushoku was pretty prevalent back
Yeah.
then before all this Nino stuff came out. Uh, and so like it was basically Mushoku, trying to counter Mushoku as a standby deck because we basically beat all the 1K1 decks. Uh, so it wasn't too bad.
Yep.
Yeah, the double combo here in Tapira is just super free value.
And this is where you kind of start running away with the game here because he also, I think, eats all 3 hits here. Um, and then you also get the standby to get your value on.
Yeah, the 2/2.
Yep. Yeah, he eats this 4, which is pretty nuts. Roy's like a little bit sweating here, I imagine. Eats 6 straight. He was only out 4, I believe, and he had like 2 in hand or something like that. Gets a cancel here. But, you know, being a little bit awkward, being at level 2, 3 stock means he doesn't get a chance to develop too many cards.
Yeah, but if this was like standby, right? They're at level 2, they're chilling if they at least hit 1 standby, and then maybe delo the board that I can't kill next turn. Then maybe they try to hopefully stabilize from there.
But then you also have a John in the back, so you can potentially set up for another like tank buster turn because
Yeah,
Yang plus
like
John is pretty big.
yeah, try and get power, which is pretty nice. I can contest the good lane.
I don't think you had a Pura in the waiting room. That's why you didn't send because there's one in the clock. You triggered one, And then, yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I had one.
a little bit unluck, but, you know. The fact that he has to Reacher at level 2 means he's definitely a little bit lacking in the good cards.
You know, cards in general. Clock the Paul there. Definitely not really what you want to see right now.
It means that his hand's like probably several bricks. A lot of level 3s, I imagine. Because he clocked and he Reachered, if I remember correctly, because he was at 2-1, so he essentially took 2 damage. He's kind of close to refresh. Don't I think he refreshes on this turn as well, so he essentially ate like half a level on his own.
Yeah, so like he still has like I think maybe 2 climaxes in deck or something. He plans to probably just mill that off now. So yep, he hits the plays the brainstorm. You know,
You
the hit's
wish,
0, by the way. This guy is a little tragic.
you know.
Feeling a little tragic right
That
there.
was a 5 off the top or what, Kaich?
Yeah, that was a 5 attack with 4 clean after.
And
Uh,
then
yep.
Eris.
We combos again. I'm pretty sure here.
But he's only getting one combo off every turn. His first one he hit double zero, which meant he wasn't getting like an insane utility piece. I don't remember what he grabs here, but we're about to see it anyway, so you know, just two.
We get the 3 here, which means you can get anything. Okay, he grabs the EP healer, which is, but then he swaps into I think the 3/2 Galen because there's actually no point in playing the EP here. Oh, yeah, the Galen.
And then he
Playing for the
standbys
next turn.
out Roxy here, if I remember correctly. 3-2 Roxy. If it wasn't
Proxy or
3-2,
second Galen.
yeah, it's one of the two. But then it means that he can't rest counter because he doesn't have enough resources either way.
Yeah.
So he's kind of accepting that he's gonna take one to the face.
Yeah, I think uh I was just looking around or asked around his waiting room or something, and I think I made the assumption that he had the rest counter in hand uh early. So that was just, the back of my mind.
It was like one of those things where like his hand was probably sculpted so weirdly around like holding this one rest counter because I believe he only runs one copy. Uh,
He might run 2.
I can probably you go check the decks eventually,
Yeah.
one of these days. But
Yep,
um,
so we get the 3/2 here. Just give some power. Maybe twin drive so you can put a standby bit battle. Because I'm pretty sure there's a standby in his deck still.
and I mean he's hoping that he hits it off the top here, right? He's down to like negate one instance of damage if he can twin drive out the standby and get something good, but he doesn't, which means that he's just gonna send it on all 3 lanes.
Let's see if he has a standby. But standby last card is still a little tragic anyways, because he doesn't have anything to standby.
A little bit unfortunate on his part,
Oh yeah, standby bottom card. Tragedy.
but then you also get the sick double cancel, which
Which is like nice, but then kind of awkward.
you did set up for because you searched out the
I searched
brainstormer
brainstorm
and the memory
and
kick
memory
counter,
kick. Yeah.
so
So I was basically saying up for the defensive period and the counter, which is pretty good.
but yeah, like you said, it's a little bit awkward because now this means that you can't just slap down Pura and run at him, but I mean, he just refreshed though, so it's not like something that's
I think
overly
we rushed like
terrible.
5 or 6 though. At least 6 for sure. I don't know if he had he's holding one in hand.
Well, there's two for sure out, right? Because
Yeah,
there's those. If he's holding one, then he's probably holding Ghislaine at this point.
yeah. So here his powers are 11. The middle is what 8, 5, 10, 5,
Yep.
and then 35 on the side. So 11. Basically Yang plus Ziran kills that. So that'll be 12. If I appear, it goes to 13-5, which is pretty good. So
And then,
here I think I just brainstorm because the pier is already set up anyways for the next deck when I hit level 2 or the waiting room. So I'll have the pier on the board.
yep, good old Nora. So then there's one for sure, and then Blake would be your salvage option. But then we remember that new refresh rules are pretty good.
Yep, you get your whole clock
Yeah,
on
this
salvage brainstorms now.
is pretty Craigasm here because I think you hit two, if I remember correctly, and then um, you salvage a bomb. There's is there a bomb down there? I can't
There's no
remember.
bombs.
Yeah, it's two Piras and
Brainstorm Wukong Neptune. No, the guy just 3 cut.
but then
He
Zwei's right
knows
there.
why. So I's also a good option to grab anyways. I need level red here. Wait, it's just a brainstorm level.
Yep.
But I also thought about, I guess, leveling blue. But yeah, there's actually just no reason to level blue here.
And
Oh,
then
easy red level. Alright, hit 1. Sure. Grab a dog here. It's probably the safest one to grab.
yep. And then I
Yep.
think you actually milled two and actually hit a climax with Y as well, which is pretty nuts because then that lets you get the Pyrrha Bomb, and then you play over the Zwei with the Pyrrha Bomb. You slap, you bring John up, and then you had another choice in hand, if I remember. Because this is a pretty big turn as well. Where like the game went from like kind of doomed for Roy to like omega doomed because he couldn't uh, contest everything anymore on this turn.
Here, I'm just trying to get cards and then like identifying power lines because I knew he'd counter, so I just had to make sure. The double John here makes Yang over the counter for the lane, so he can't counter that lane. So at least I get rid of the lane.
Yep. So then, nice little one.
Yeah, does he counter here to save his huge?
And then
Uh,
just big power.
yeah, Yang's gonna be 15 here with the or 14-5 with a single Nora pump, which is pretty nice.
Swing for two. The ship damage is also pretty big. The fact that everything's actually sticking. He's at level 3, so he's kind of out of his scaling position.
Yep.
All right. If I remember correctly, he. This is the turn where he just Galeans for heal, but he airs combos here, or if I remember, bringing up the 3-2 Roxy. For the swing.
His hand must have just been flooded with climaxes, or definitely non-playables. Uh,
Rest counter plus like
yeah,
question
plus
marks.
climax. Yeah, maybe a paw or something.
Just like an unusual. There's a submarine? Mm, okay.
And that's the bounce back his
Oh,
power.
wait, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets a mill here. There's a paw there waiting to be standbyed out.
Grabs.
There's a healer.
Then bounce. Give power to.
Darius gets the top trick too.
and then whip out Paul.
Unfortunately, Paul doesn't do anything right now. So we're just hoping to live another turn so we can move it up. I'm gonna cancel here because I was pretty compressed. Trade 3 clean.
Yep. You know. And then the Ghislaine that you kind of just have to nod your head and say understandable.
Yep. Good thing Yang is encore, so we're chilling there.
Yeah. But it's also pretty big because every turn you've kind of destroyed his whole board, so he actually doesn't get any benefit out of playing standby other than losing one soul on his climaxes, which is
Yeah.
a little bit kick W's.
Like maybe we had the 2/2 encore. Because he plays it. So
Yeah.
maybe that would have like, give him some extra damage. And he doesn't have to like refill his board as much.
Yep. And then it
The big
also
thing
like helps him out some of the maybe more clunky cards that might be in his hand. We don't really know what's in his hand aside from potentially another climax plus rest counter. Those are probably the only two possible things that would be like super stuck in his hand.
Yeah, because the big thing about Encore is that not only you can save the card, it's like a free ditch out, right, for your deck. And if you're playing standby, like getting a free ditch is like super value.
Yep. It just makes all your standby targets like live for no reason, which is super devastating. But yep.
Yeah, so his board right now it's still not that big. Galeno gets power in her turn, so she's 11 right now still. Paul doesn't get power from back row, so then his board is still pretty break because he still has a level 0 at this stage of the game, which is a little unfortunate.
I don't think you had Pyrrha standby in your hand, and you were
I
kind of
don't
just
know.
thinking about like you were kind of improvising strats. I see the John combo in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to make sure if I want to just swing 3 pass here, generate 3 more stock. If he had green to play the stock swap, I checked enough green. He probably could have still clocked it, but uh, something to just take note because they are playing a 3-color deck. If some of them play pendant, then they have to play blue, and then getting green is a little hard sometimes.
Yep. And then this is where you forget if you just slap down John and run with it, or if you do something else. I want to say you drop salvage for John first with a Y, but
Yeah, Johnny is pretty good because it just kills the brainstormer and has power to kill
plus you can
Gleam.
split effects so that you full stop risk counter if he decides to risk counter here for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, this point you don't respect Rescue ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like this is just a super rough position if you're playing Mishoku from behind because
Yeah. Trying to like mow my deck here, get a good refresh, and then I think they were still.
do you remember if there was a climax still after milling or draw ditching one?
Uh, there might have been. Uh,
I'm
Probably
trying
because I have a
to
comics in hand. I think maybe.
because I know you have one in hand. That one I saw for sure. You draw ditching the fork meant that you drew a second one off the top, and then that's why I'm trying to remember if you use Y here. Because if you use Y, then you didn't search with Y.
Okay,
Which,
so there's 2 climaxes there.
yeah, because then you drop salvage here for John, give 1k power to Yang, and then that's when you sent it.
Yeah, because the number I'm trying to break here is 13-5. Uh, just get over counter range, And searching new deck isn't even bad, since I always get a guarantee reverse with the Pure Bomb.
Yep. Yeah, so, yep, this is where most of the stuff I remember from the game starts happening. You just grab the John, get the power, just full send.
Here with my 2-card hand.
I mean, but it's not like it's super concerning to you at this point in the game how big your hand is, because you know that he's in a, I'd say, arguably worse position regardless.
Yeah, all the Ruby cards can just grab. Specifically the 3/2 Ruby that can unplay salvage. So you can just like chain that into another copy.
Yep.
And then like grab a restander, which is like super good. You have 3 attackers at least. Might not have cost or everything, but you have 3 swings. Takes 2 here.
And that's pretty suspect. He then, you swing with Yang, and
Yeah,
you're way out of counter range at this point, so
yeah. Well, I'm only 14, so I'm just barely out of cut range.
you know,
Yeah, get the guarantee search last here.
nice little Nora. What? I think you searched Salem here, if I remember correctly.
No, I search Ironwood.
Oh
Get the
yeah.
balance. If I need to play around rest counter, because late game is actually when it matters.
Like
Who's gonna attack? Are we trying to go for lethal?
a little bit of blood in the water.
Because Nora's gone. Because Nora's ideally what I want to have. Because Nora just guarantees you to get a lane.
Nora just inherently trades 1 for 1 at worst, because they can't get that much bigger, or can they?
Well,
Ah,
they're backward 2K front, so they're always
yeah,
big.
yeah.
Takes a 3 though.
And then search in, grab your Ironwood.
I think I was holding the 3/2 Ruby that salvaged some play in my hand already. Or there's just none left. So yeah, just grab card. Ironwood to just maybe bounce a lane, so at least I can get a direct with the restander. Because that's basically all the damage I'm gonna get. Or basically my third swing.
I mean, considering that you could always just bounce Paul and then not have to worry about getting revenge cheesed out of nowhere, but you know, just nice and easy. I'm trying to remember what he does here. I know he brings Paul up. I'm trying to remember if he.
Where's the stock healer hand that he salvaged last turn? Probably just want to heal as much as possible. That's why I just stock heal into Galen. Galen first and then stock heal.
And then
Or maybe the card he
he.
salvaged was Galen. Because the foil looks the same from this angle.
Yeah, camera quality is a little bit spaghetti, but yeah, he plays the bouncer,
Use the
and
Eris. I guess just mill his deck if he needs to.
if he triggers a standby, then he
Yeah.
just full escapes. But uh,
He's been swinging a lot with his back row cards. Like he swung Brainstormer twice in a row. He swung with his 3/2,
Lily,
Oxy, Lily, yeah.
it's kind of
All
a
the
awkward
targets.
situation for him. And mull around, nice little standby.
Yep, he finally triggers a standby. About time. Playing a standby deck.
Double Paul.
Yep, take a 3 here.
But then this is just comfort zone at this point.
Yep, I think the Ruby finish doesn't actually take too much resources because it only takes uh 3 forehand for stock. Ruby gets 1 back, so it doesn't need that much. So I can use the stock to like maybe brainstorm. But since he's at 3-4, there's what, 2, 4, 6.
There's 6 cards, and
I think he has like 2 in there.
yeah, if I remember correctly, you just kind of anticlimactic gameplay this guy with Salem.
Yeah, I'd say he has 2 and 6. I could stock swap here, but I just do more damage
Yep.
with the Salem effect. So like Ice Tail is super good sometimes.
And then you get rid of the memory kick counter, or when you clock for turn. Uh, it's not
Yep,
like
so I can finally go up to Salem here. Salem went into clock a while back.
oh,
Nora. So if I grab Nora here, that means I can just deny rest counter straight up. Because Ironwood one lane, Nora another lane, and then have a Ruby in the third lane or something.
but
Just
then
got in
you
stock here if I had enough for everything. So I had 2, 4, 6, 8. I basically have 4 stock to work with.
but then you just Salem for game, which is
Yep, I see till 5. And then you hit 2, and then that was the tragedy.
yep, hit
Well, we can technically
one.
still cancel, but if he doesn't cancel, he's just dead.
Good old fashioned main phase kill.
Yep, attacking's overrated anyways.
uh, it's also kind of funny because Salem getting the power from his back row means that you're not bigger than. You're
I'm never
bigger
biggest.
after you spin one paw with Ironwood, if I remember correctly, right? That's the number that you need to hit.
I mean 11. Galena is 12. Yeah, I mean if it bounces one, I'll be bigger. And the
But
ball will be 10.
and then big shout outs to 5 off the top.
Well, that was the last cut, right? Because the bottom 5 was 2 climaxes, right? It was
you
2
know,
climaxes, from like 2 turns ago
yep.
for the ICTL. Yeah, turns out that's where all its climaxes went. Never triggered standby ones
But yeah,
until last turn. Quite unfortunate game. Nothing really much to say about that one. Uh, yeah, it just had a tragic early game, which like snowballed because Ruby's pretty good at just try letting and getting cards back, and then eating up all his cards for free.
yep. But it was a nice little trip down memory lane to watch its game, considering that we've waited 2 months and
Yeah, unfortunately, for the upcoming, BCS, we'll be seeing like a lot of freaking Nino decks. With the Casas can be reversed. Casa can be reversed by cost 0 cards. Which is gonna be pretty annoying. Other cards have Encore, which is also even more annoying. Uh, Bishoku did get hit, but I think people are still okay with playing it. It's like not a bad set. It's definitely getting overshadowed by like how much power Nino gets though.
I
So
mean,
maybe we'll see.
Nino, Kanata Marine is still kind of the premier like benchmark of English, I'd say at this point in time.
Yeah,
Um, Attack
I
on
was.
Titan did come out after this, which we're still waiting for your congratulations. By the way, where's it at, Bushi?
Yeah, where are my cards? So they uploaded the VOD, so maybe they're sending it out now.
There's a chance.
Maybe. Yeah. AOT is actually just like new and improved Ruby, honestly. With all the cards they have, they have all the cards to kill the level 3s. They get a lot of value off their cards. So, English sets and getting value.
Yep. If I remember correctly, in the remaining part of the Bushiroad season, there's going to be 7 Deadly coming out Christmas time frame, which will be right before uh, Anaheim.
Christmas?
If you want to fact check me here, just
See, I don't think it'll be legal, or but let me see. When does Anaheim is like early.
Yeah, let me go check real quick.
Uh,
So, oh, it's December 16th, so it's the weekend of Anaheim.
yeah, it definitely won't be legal.
But,
Maybe for Worlds. Maybe. I think the Worlds might be in January still.
I
But yeah,
mean, the remaining stuff of the year, so, uh, Dreaming Girl, Rascal came out like pretty
last
recently,
weekend. Yeah, that says just basically a waifu set.
and
It's like
then
alright for the meta. A
Saikano,
Saikano.
Kobayashi technically, but
Yep.
I mean nothing too crazy will be coming out.
Yeah,
But
the meta is probably just gonna be pretty much the same AOT, Quints,
Hololive,
All Live for sure. Those three, and then you have the other like good decks like Damachi.
Damachi's always good. If I remember correctly, uh, well, Mushoku was the only one that got updated on the hit list, right? Did they?
And
Oh,
Kaguya. Kaguya technically got the K Runner back, but K Runner is just K Runner. Card doesn't actually do too
yeah.
much right now without Chica. But when set two comes out in January, or yeah, probably wait for that. Probably get better.
Data Live 2 is coming out February or past February timeframe, so that could come back with a lot of new tech. Um, yeah, nothing too crazy. There's a lot of new stuff way after the season, but until then, I'd say we're gonna be pretty stuck in the Hololive and Quint meta. Gonna be a little bit cringe, but
It's also got set three, so it'll keep being there for a while.
we'll be there for a pretty long time to come until. I mean, I don't think there will be anything too crazy that comes out that revolutionizes it Avatar Copium.
Avatar maybe. English sets are just good value sets.
Uh,
So it'll always be like good, but no, not the best.
yep. But yeah, all right. Thanks guys for watching. If you like more content like this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.